is the biggest church here in the city, only the third biggest one in the country, but still.
Okay, so it's about time I interrupt your leisurely viewing to tell you a little bit of a story about how I almost got stranded in the middle of Hungary. This was back on my trip almost 2 years ago now. It was about September or October 2018. I was traveling around Europe at the time, and on this particular day I wanted to get a train from Budapest in Hungary to Ljubljana in Slovenia. So it's a long story. There's a whole ordeal that happened. Basically, I was meant to get a train straight there that morning. I got up at like 5:30 or 6 a.m. The app on my phone told me, I think it was like a 6:30 train or something, and it was going to take me straight there. Should have been like a 6-hour train ride straight there. That didn't happen, to say the least. So essentially, when I got to the train station, there was no train. Apparently that train didn't exist, wasn't a thing. And Budapest has 2 main train stations. So I figured out I had to go then to the other main train station where there was another train leaving later that day. And so walked outside to get the metro from this main train station that I was at. Got told that the train was being replaced by buses. Went out, waited at the bus stop. A couple of normal buses went past before, and there was like a whole group of us waiting. Finally, somebody asked one of the bus drivers, and they were like, no, the train's running normal. Had to go back down into the station, get the train round to the other main station. So it was maybe 8 or 9 a.m. by this point as well. So from this new station that I was at, there was a whole group of people all waiting to get the same train. We waited around for quite some time, and the time that the train was leaving and the platform that the train was going to be leaving from kept changing on like the big train station board. Eventually we worked out, okay, platform 7, we got there to platform 7 and only like half of the train was there. And they told us, you have to wait for the back half of the train. So after about an hour of waiting around, a local had asked the conductor sort of what was going on, and they then told us that the train we were waiting for would no longer be going all the way through to Ljubljana. We got told that we would have to get this train to another station in Hungary, get a bus from that station to another station, and then get a train from there all the way to Ljubljana. So we got on this train, we sat around for ages waiting. We got to this station, as I said, there was a whole group of us who were kind of all just following each other. We had a few people that sort of knew a little bit of Hungary and was translating for us. We got to the station, we then got on the bus that took us to the new station, and we were at this new train station, again waiting around for this next train that was supposedly going to take us straight there. When the train came, we got told to get on the back half of the train because it would be splitting off and going into 2 different places. So we knew that we had to get on the back half. And we thought, no worries, we'll get on the back half, like, should be all fine from there. About an hour into this next train trip, a new ticket inspector got on, and she came around and started looking at all of our tickets and seeing that we were going to Ljubljana. And she didn't speak any English, like only spoke Hungarian, didn't speak any other sort of language from nearby countries either. She just like looked at me, looked at our tickets, and she just sat there and looked at us and was like, no. Like, what do you mean no? Like, we got told this is where we were meant to go. Like, basically it ended up that this train wasn't going to Ljubljana like we thought it was. Now, keep in mind, I was traveling on my own. I was with a friend that I had met in Budapest. Shout out to Caitlin if you're watching. Her other friend was getting a bus there later that day, and we had both bought Europass train tickets, and so we were getting the train. We were also, as I said, there was a whole group of people there. Just happened to be an Intrepid Travel tour group traveling in the same direction, but I was traveling around on my own and just happened to meet up with these people. So I was super grateful that I wasn't like completely on my own doing this, or I would have been so lost. But yeah, it was at this point when she looked at us and was like, no, the train's not going there, started getting a little bit stressed about like, what do you mean, where are we gonna end up? So we ended up getting the train to this small town in the middle of Hungary. I have the name of it written down. I don't even know if I should attempt to say it. Zalaegerszeg? Zalaegerszeg? Middle of nowhere in Hungary, basically. From there, we were able to get I wouldn't even call it a train, like it was one carriage that we all squeezed on, to a town just inside the Slovenian border called Hodos. And they basically said to us, like, this is as far as you can go. There are no trains into Ljubljana until the next morning. By this point, it was like maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon, probably even later actually. Keep in mind, I had been up since like 5:30 that morning. I was absolutely exhausted. We'd not had anything to eat the entire day, and these Hungarian guys, like this Hungarian train driver, was turning around just being like, I'm sorry, this is as far as you can go. I was very fortunate, did end up making it to Ljubljana. The Intrepid Travel tour group actually managed to ring up and book a bus to get us, or to get them from where we were into Ljubljana. Myself and my friend Caitlin literally like paid them to let us on the bus to get us there. And I think I ended up getting to Ljubljana at maybe, I think I got there at 8:30 or 9 o'clock that night. And I remember the supermarket closed in about half an hour after I got there, and I just dumped my bags and ran to the supermarket to get food because I was absolutely starving. I was so exhausted, but I was so grateful to just be able to get there and get to my hostel. So yeah, that's the story of how I almost got stranded in the middle of Hungary for a day. But yeah, that's kind of the non-glamorous side of traveling around on your own. This was a little while ago now, and I've finally sat down and had the time to actually just tell the story. I really wanted to kind of document it. I didn't really film anything that whole day. Like, I was just not even thinking about filming at all. But yeah, I made it there eventually. I didn't have to spend the night in the middle of nowhere, so it all turned out well. Alright guys, that's all from me. If you do want to see more travel videos, I've got heaps of videos from all of my travels over the past year and a half, 2 years that I just haven't edited or uploaded yet. But it's coronavirus at the moment. I've now got time to sit down and edit them, so I'm planning on uploading a few more. Or if you want to see any other videos from me, let me know. Hit that subscribe button so that you do get notified when I upload again. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a video soon.